Yo.
Yo.
Ethan, I'm gonna let you start for once because you a little gassed up more than usual, which we'll get into. But I'll let you do the honors of starting this week.
Radical Souls Podcast. No, let me scratch that. It's the Bengals podcast today. Specifically today. That's it. Today. The Bengals podcast. Guys,
Man went and got a haircut just to make this announcement.
just to announce that we made the Super Bowl today. So we'll talk about that later. I'm Ethan.
I'm Daniel.
I'm Chris.
And this is the Bengals podcast today.
Ethan, you got the sneaker channel. Any news, any updates on that?
We're still waiting on the sneak con. Me and Dan are going to do later on a Red Thunder review because we are very pissed off on Jordan. And we will explain why later on. But we are very pissed off.
Chris, if you want to hop in that episode, take a look at the Red Thunders, bro. It is bad, bro.
That is an ugly shoe. I'm sorry. I'm just going to put that out there. I mean, shitty quality aside, that is an ugly shoe.
Oh, wait till you see the quality in that episode. But yeah, me and Ethan, we're working on that. We'll put the link in the description below. And if y'all want to check out his other video, which event was that, Ethan?
Oh, Sneaker Exit, which I'll be going to next month. So we're just going to keep the ball rolling on these events.
Word. So, like Ethan said, it's the Bengals podcast. If you haven't gotten the hint, Bengals won. So we got to talk about that win against the Chiefs. And we definitely got to talk about that Rams 49ers game. It was a great weekend of football. We got to talk about Tom Brady. There was something very interesting that happened with Tom Brady, and I still don't even know the answer to this question of his retirement. And we had a few coaching hires. We'll mention that real quick just to keep, the landscape of the NFL open. With that being said, guys, let's get it.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
So before we get to the Bengals, Ethan, I'm sorry. Let's start with Tom Brady, bro, because that was rather interesting to say the least.
Yeah.
So did Tom Brady retire? Did he not? Is he done? What's the news here?
As of today, it's still in the air. So supposedly, did you guys see the report that his father came out and was like, he don't know yet. Don't let the other reports tell you otherwise. So, I don't know. I think he's done, though. I think that's it. He's, 46 or 4. I don't even know how old he is now. He's just old.
So you want to get the timeline real quick, and then we go into our predictions on it?
So what was it? Thursday?
Saturday.
I think it was Thursday, Saturday. Oh, well, Saturday came out.
Thursday was the first day that they had that little rumor of him maybe retiring.
Yeah, and I think he had put something on Instagram that Saturday saying just thanking, typical thank you for the season kind of thing, just showing a couple pictures of
Oh no, my bad. That was Thursday. The report was Saturday. There you go. My bad. You got that right, Chris.
Yeah, it was just a couple pictures of him saying, "Oh, thanks to the team for another good year." Blah blah blah. This year was good. Blah. That always goes by. Big Ben retires. That's the news for Friday, and then Saturday comes, and it's oh, well, Tom Brady's retiring. TB12 farewell on Twitter, and
this is at
everybody
2:35.
Yeah, everybody thought all right, that's it. He's gonna come out with a press conference. Says nothing. His father comes out and was like, "Nah, he ain't retiring." So who knows though? I think he's retiring though. I think he's done, man. I don't think he comes back for another year. It's probably better off that way.
I'm gonna add to the madness a little bit. So yeah, like Chris said, 2:35, TB12 puts up a tweet at 4:00. That same account deletes the tweet.
Yeah.
What is going on? Brady verified sports account deleted a farewell retirement tweet. 4:27, the GM, Tom Brady calls the GM and says, "Yeah, bro, I haven't retired yet. I don't know what that is." Then the report that Chris said was at 4:54, where they talk about Tom Brady Sr. says his son's not retiring. I think he's retiring. I think it's time to hang it up. You've tortured us a long time.
Yeah, I think he's done, bro. I'm just gonna say I think he's done. I think if the Bucks want to continue on the path that they're on, they got to go out and get a good quarterback, spend a lot of money, or go deep into the draft and try and get a really good quarterback. But I don't think the draft class is made for that this upcoming year. So they definitely got to spend some money.
Y'all could trade for Jimmy G, bro.
No thanks.
You get Deshaun Watson, maybe?
No thanks. No sexual predators on our team, okay? All right.
We're gonna have to trim
The
that.
Jet,
But
the Jets almost had him though.
listen. They still haven't figured out that whole case. Until that gets figured out, I don't think any team's gonna be able to do anything with him.
Poor guy. But yeah, like I was saying though, they're probably gonna have to go out if they want to keep that team as is. They're gonna have to go out and spend some money, man. That's the only way you move on because there's no way you try and put a rebuilding type quarterback at the helm there because their defense is too nice for that. If they bring back their pieces, they got a good core. So let's see, man.
Move. What's Tom Brady doing? E?
Oh, Tom Brady is definitely retired. There's no doubt about it. I mean, you saw what happened against that last game with the Rams. He could have won, but he didn't, and I don't think he wants to go through that another year.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not like he's lost. You can't say he really lost that much of a step after coming back like that. I mean, that's a good way to retire. If you're gonna go out, at least go out like that. Don't go out like Big Ben.
I was about to say, don't be Big Ben and think, yeah, let me come back one more year. I got a chip, and then you look horrible. Like, nah,
Yeah.
homie, just go out on a high. You made it to the playoffs. You just won a chip last year. You got some kids to look after. Just don't get tired of being alone, taking care of the kid. Just go do your thing.
Yeah, I always find I don't know, it's not to get into this topic, but like I always find it weird when like players do it like a retirement like tour. Like, oh, I'm gonna go like see Big Ben for the last time because he's retiring, or like I'm gonna go see Peyton Manning because he's retiring. Like, it's cool, it's like nostalgic, it's blah blah blah. But like, I think if you're gonna retire, just play foot. My bad, someone was playing in the background.
Now you're good.
But just gonna retire, just play to the fullest, and if you're gonna hang it up, just hang it up at the end of the season. That's it. You had a good season, don't make all the dramatics and theatrics of it. I don't know. I'm not a fan of that, but
I think it like varies. Like Kobe, knowing that he was gonna retire that year, that was like one thing because like it's Kobe. But like Vince Carter, like there was no need for that whole popping jerseys every game with Vince Carter. Like he was in the
yeah.
hall, he was older. Like it was not necessary.
I think it depends on the player because like D Wade and Kobe, they could have still been going past where they retired. So I think it's a little bit different because they're still playing at a pretty
Yeah.
good level. Tom Brady, like if Tom Brady does a retirement tour, let's say, that would be dope because like unless he plays at Big Ben, but like I said, I think it
Yeah,
depends on what level of player you're at. Because Big Ben, for example,
that's
his
true.
little farewell tour is like, all right, bro, like we've been watching you suck for the last 3 years. Like just ain't doing nothing for us.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. I'll give you that one. But
Word. Chris, you want to talk about your new coach with the Giants, your other team?
my other team, whoa, we're gonna go into this conversation again. Let's talk
No, you
about
good, but
yeah, let's talk about the Chiefs. You want to talk about the Chiefs? You want to talk about your other team?
I mean, this is my team, and I see Ethan wearing this jersey. I'll let Ethan talk his crap because his Bengals won. My team had nothing to do with the playoffs. This team right here, they went down the playoffs. So Ethan, go ahead, talk your crap, bro. Go ahead, air it out. Smoke that Chiefs pack real quick.
The fucking Chiefs. I can't believe it. I still can't believe it. Arguably one of the greatest quarterbacks is going to live. And one of the best wide receiver and tight end. And they lost to Joe Burrow. I can't believe it.
Yeah, that was a great game, though. I mean, all in all, that was a good game.
It really
Like
was. It came down to the very end, yet
to the
again.
very end.
You had the big turning point of the Chiefs not being able to score at the end of that first half, like Ethan was saying earlier. But I think the thing that nobody really talked about was Patrick Mahomes trying to call a timeout at that point. Like he kind of didn't know the situation, or the coaches didn't relay a message very well to him. Because that play at the end of the half is kind of a bad play call, but I think he didn't realize this has to get into the end zone. We don't have a timeout to kick a field goal, and that was a big game changer.
Facts.
And also, Eli Apple sucks. I have nothing to do with him. He's just on our team. All the trash talk he's talking, he's just on the team. I don't want he got every touchdown that happened for the Chiefs is on him. So I don't want nothing to do with him.
Yeah, that
Eli
sounds
Apple
like
better watch
Eli
his
Apple,
mouth.
bro.
He was horrible. He was absolutely horrible. But he still talked trash talk after the game.
Yo, he's going against
Yeah.
the football king of New York, Odell. He better watch his mouth. That's all I'm gonna say. Because that's not going to end well if he's talking crazy to Odell.
I don't think has there ever been like a good Eli Apple moment in his career? I feel like he's just sucked. Like
I mean,
he's
if you
just
want to talk about the touchdowns he gives up, yeah, those are good moments in his career because in the video, at least.
That's true.
Other than that, I can't recall a single Eli Apple interception ever. Like I can tell you every other interception I've seen, like Tyrann Mathieu get, Darrell Revis, uh, Trevon Diggs, Bradbury.
Um,
Like I can't remember a time I've ever seen Eli Apple get an interception.
how long did he last on the Giants? I want to say like what, 2 years, 3 years? Not
um,
even. You know he's bad when you get cut by the Giants, but
not a
yeah,
good one.
not a good look. But talking about the Giants, if y'all want to transition, Mr. Brian DeBall, how do you guys feel about that on the outside looking in?
You want me to go first, Z? Because I'm a little
You
more
got
closer to
it.
the situation. I've seen this dude for a few years now. Because again, yeah. Um, he's a great offensive coordinator. And I think that if you can get the right team around him, he's a very patient coach in the sense of he understands that he's not going to come into the Giants and this is going to turn around in a year. And I feel like that's been the problem with the Giants. They're trying to get like a bunch of band-aids with a win-now team when in reality it's more, let's see what pieces we have, get rid of the pieces we don't need, and just build this thing from the ground up. And he emphasized that, like we need to be patient here and don't expect Daniel Jones to turn to Josh Allen. Like he's not Josh Allen. Like we're gonna try to
Yeah,
put him in the best situation, but I think with the pieces that the Giants currently have, they could do something because they have some pieces that are very similar or better than what the Bills have. They got Devin Singletary. The Giants got Saquon Barkley. The Giants have Evan Ingram, who, if he can learn how to catch the ball, then that'll be good because he could be at the level of Dawson Knox, if not better than Dawson Knox when he got drafted.
yeah,
Receivers, I mean, Kadarius Toney is still a question mark. I don't know if he's a 1, a 2, a 3. You got to see what he can match up there, and then the Giants just got to get a number one receiver because Kenny Golladay has shown he cannot stay healthy yet again.
yeah. Yeah, I definitely don't think he's going to do the magic that he did with Josh Allen. I definitely think it'll help Daniel Jones. It'll either, what is it called? Put the fork in the steak saying, he's either going to be a franchise quarterback or he's not. Like these next 2 years, I feel like are going to be the Daniel Jones, like either his demise or his, he's going to be, all right, this is our quarterback. This is who we're going to go with. But you're right, though. I mean, they definitely have all the pieces around him. Hopefully that transition can, he can bring a good defensive coordinator with him. I feel like that's the next step that they need is a good defensive coordinator.
They've said
Because
they might keep Graham Gano.
yeah,
That's in the air still. So that might be the only piece that stays. I mean, he was pretty good 2 years ago. If he could kind of find that magic again, you might be all right. But, if you guys got to go out and find something better, that's also an option, like you said.
yeah. And I mean, like you said, hopefully Saquon Barkley now fits in the offense before, because there were so many rumors about Saquon, being traded, working him into some deal to get rid of him and get pieces for him. Hopefully you can now with a new head coach, we can kind of shift things to where he can fit on the team and, no longer try and trade him. So I don't know though, but that's still in the air. Let's see though. I'm optimistic, not as optimistic as I was with the past like 3 head coaches with like McAdoo, Shermer, and Judge. After so many head coaches, you don't get excited for this kind of news, but it is what it is.
Ethan, even further outside looking in, what's your take?
I mean, kind of piggyback from you said, like they need more than just the coaching. Like it's a whole scheme that they have to figure out. I mean, going through the wide receivers alone, yeah, I feel like you have 4 mid-tier wide receivers.
Yeah,
And Daniel Jones can't focus on one because There's no one to go to specifically.
Yeah.
Everybody's in their own. I'm not gonna say lane, but like they're just not at that
A
level.
true number one. Somebody that's gonna separate off the corner. I could throw this ball to them.
Yeah.
They're gonna make the grab because I know I can trust them.
And that's what Daniel Jones needs. He has the running back already. He just needs someone to rely on the wide receiver.
Yeah. No, for sure. You need your digs, and they don't have that. They don't. They Tony could probably be that, but you got to give him like a year or two to even show if he can get close to that. But at the same time, you need a solid number two, and like Dan said, Galladay hasn't been healthy. I mean, you can easily put two. You could shift that safety over, and just like that, Tony's gone out of the game. And who they're going to throw the ball to? So
Slayton.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, no, they got a lot of work to do. So we shall see.
And speaking on teams that did a lot of work and it's worked out, the Bengals, Ethan. Bro, like I said in the group chat, this dude was laying on the ground last year with his knee torn in every single possible way. And now they're going to the Super Bowl.
I think we had like 2 or 3 wins last year. And we were being compared to Jags this year because we wasn't that good. And we're making the Super Bowl. It's just unheard of. Your second year to make the Super Bowl. I don't think there's only like a handful of QBs that done that.
He's the first.
Facts.
Second year.
Yeah, like
number one overall pick.
Yeah, specifically, the first overall pick. Like he should not be doing this early, and he has so much to grow within the time frame. So I'm really excited.
Joe, they just gotta get him on offensive line, like I told you.
Oh yeah, 100%. Because Titans killed him, Chiefs were kind of killing him, and now you got Aaron Donald and Von Miller on each corner. It might not look pretty if he gets tackled.
Just talking about the year, Ethan. I mean, Joe Mixon finally gets to stay healthy. This is the first year that Joe Mixon stays healthy, right? Like all year.
Yep. He's always his knee problem or somewhere around that nature, and everybody else keeps getting hurt. The defense, the offensive line, but this year everybody was healthy.
Talking about Jamar Chase. I mean, bro, we're a little. You were a little bit upset. I was a little bit upset about the pick, and has it worked out? Or is it like a 50-50 thing still?
It definitely worked
out. Has it worked out? Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying because Joe Burrow's out here getting killed. An offensive lineman would have been nice to not get this poor kid killed, but
I cannot. Penei Sanu is a beast. He's a beast on the Lions. Even if they had the worst record, he was amazing for Swift. But Jamar Chase, man, he's talented. As a wide receiver alone, he's very talented.
and I mean, you give that separation, man, to like you open up Higgins, you open up Boyd, man. That one, just him on being on the field and his like effect, that opens up so many options, man. So
that's what's been the key for Burrow. Because if it wasn't for Chase, he'll be still in the same record as last year. So that was a good pick about a Bengals. As Dan about the Jets.
Nice. Must be nice.
Going, you got Elijah Moore, right? You got him.
Yeah, but you know how bad I wanted Jamar Chase, bro. Since he was in the damn ball game with Joe Burrow, I said I want Jamar Chase to be a Jet. And it is what it is. At least your team got him, and not, Chris's third favorite team, the Cowboys or something.
Wow. Cowboys fan, yo. Could be worse. I could be a Chiefs fan.
Yo, I know Chiefs fans are upset right now.
Hey, bro.
Imagine, 4 AFC championships. You lost the first one to Tom Brady. You win a second Super Bowl. You lose again to Tom Brady, and now you just lost to the Bengals.
The Bengals. That don't even sound right.
Wow.
Your $500 million contract, 10 years, you lose to the Bengals. Like that's how this is.
That's crazy.
Do you need to do something with Andy Reid? Do you keep riding the helm, or do you start thinking, do we bring in somebody who could maybe take the helm down the line?
I say no. I say you stick it out. I said they just started off on a bad start of the year, man. They were starting to find it. I don't think you do too many changes, man.
Word. All right. Ethan, I mean, do you give Andy Reid his time to cook still, or do you start looking, maybe we could bring somebody into the organization that we just kind of hide somewhere and let them learn and then bring them in?
I don't think it's entirely Andy Reid's fault. I mean, that defense was terrible. You only have Chris Jones and Matthew really taking over the helm.
And now Matthew says he's leaving.
There you go. So you don't know what can happen. Look at Dennis.
Oh, bro. Another one of your Chiefs players leaving, bro. I wonder where they're going to go.
I hope he goes to the Jets, bro. I wanted Tyrann Mathieu when he left the Texans first. And the Jets need a safety. We got all the money in the world, but, this isn't a Jets show. We're not going to talk about trash this week.
But yeah, the Chiefs step that defense up. They need to trade that running back. I'm sorry, Clyde is not the answer. McKinnon was better than Clyde, so they just have to figure out the scheme. As Kelsey's getting older, Hill's not being too young anymore, so they need to find pieces to stay with Mahomes for 10 years.
That's a fact. Speaking of teams with pieces, Rams 49ers. Another game that was wild.
Oof.
Chris, let me ask you as a Giants fan, how do you feel about Odell, bro? Like, does it bother you a little bit? Are you kind of just like, I wish it kind of sat like?
Nah, honestly, like he kind of happy for him, dog. Like he obviously the past like two teams that he was on, the Giants weren't giving him anything with Eli there, and same thing with Cleveland. I mean, you're just happy to see a guy succeed, especially like as a Giants fan, you knew he had all the talent in the world. It was just like it was a mix of just bad situations, man. Like he had a lot of things going on, and I mean like on and off the field, and then like on the field, the quarterback play doesn't help. But it's good that like now he finally finds a team that fits his needs. He's got another star wide receiver with him. So it's crazy to say next year, not even to look too much in the future, but if Robert Woods comes back and how that's gonna look with all three of them there, like
if they keep him, because he can sign somewhere. Just putting that out there, he could sign somewhere. Come back
I feel like it's just like a magic genie for you right there.
I don't know, man. I think he stays in LA, bro. I think he does, especially with somebody like that, man. Where like you've gone to already two teams and you've seen what a bad quarterback can do for you. Now that you finally got somebody that's going to throw you the ball, I think you stay with Matthew Stafford, bro.
Fair enough. Let's talk about the game, though. The 49ers were up 17-7, and they just completely blew it.
Yeah, the fourth quarter, they just blew it out the wall, bro.
What do you do with Jimmy G? Do you keep him as a stopgap for Trey Lance and let Trey Lance keep developing? Do you bring somebody else in because your team looks like this win now, even though you drafted Trey Lance and you traded up to get Trey Lance? What's the plan here, E? I saw you shaking your head, but are you taking everything into consideration?
I feel like I am. I mean, 49ers got still one of the best defense. That's why they stopped the Packers. They're still in win now mode. You got Kittle. You got to sign Debo. I mean, that $7 million is nothing to him right now because he's looking for a big contract.
They got Ayuk, who you've seen.
I was just going to say, you got Brandon Ayuk. You got Mitchell. Like, they got all the pieces, bro.
Yep. But Jimmy G's not the answer. He's 100%. If you just get someone else, it's just not Jimmy G.
Who would they get, though? That's what I'm saying. Because, like, if you traded all your assets for Trey Lance, do you want to get somebody that might be there for 5 years or 4 years?
True.
The only person that would make sense is like an Aaron Rodgers. Is Aaron Rodgers willing to go to the 49ers? But then you can't sign Debo because you're going to have to give this dude some crazy money.
If he stays like a year, like you never know. If he stays a year or two, cut down the contract like Brady did.
Yeah.
What about like Kirk Cousins?
That wouldn't be bad either.
I know, Chris. Listen, Kirk Cousins is better than Jimmy.
I'm not a big Kirk Cousins fan.
Oh no, neither am I. Thank the Lord that Justin signed what we did. But like, there was certain throws in certain games that you could see. Like, if he just hits Kittle in the hands or Ayuk in the hands, the game changes completely. And Kirk Cousins is a guy that, as much as he is a two-pack of butt, we've seen what he's done with Adam Thielen and Justin Jefferson. So, could that be like an answer, like a 2-year deal where you're like, yo, we got Lance, let's not try to lock ourselves up here? Could that maybe be a route they go, like somebody in that realm?
I can see that. I can 100% see that.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think Shanahan even trusts like Jimmy G anymore, bro, after a game like that. Like, I don't know. That's a tough position, so no.
Yeah, who would have? I mean, even then, the 49ers exceeded expectations. But Jimmy G gotta. We've been saying that since the first Super Bowl loss that he gotta go, and they just rolled the helm with him. But hey, it is what
Thanks.
it is. The Rams, bro. Matthew Stafford comes out of the wasteland of Detroit, and I remember I said from the very beginning when I saw that trade, the Rams are going to the Super Bowl. This was before Odell. This was before Von Miller. And you remember when I saw those accusations go down, I was like, yo, this is solidified. It's a wrap. Like, and now, I'm sorry, Ethan. It's going to be interesting to say the least, but the Rams, I think, have a little bit of an edge here.
They definitely have the edge. I
They
mean,
definitely do, yeah.
you just named so many star-studded players that they're supposed to win, but so is the Chiefs. So like, you never know.
That's a fact. Yeah, I'm not going to deep dive into the matchup because, we got 2 weeks here to talk
Yeah.
about
You got the
that
Pro
matchup.
Bowl.
The
Yeah.
Pro Bowl. Who watches that? I feel like the Pro Bowl is just you just watching a bunch of players just shake hands, say what's up to each other. Just watching them all it's never good football.
I think
So
the last Pro Bowl I watched was the one that Odell was in. And after that, I never watched another Pro Bowl because, like, the offensive line and defensive line is the funniest part of the Pro Bowl, in all honesty.
they just stand up. They just like, all right.
I don't even think they touch each other, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So I don't know. Last time I watched a Pro Bowl, I was in Hawaii, bro. So I don't even know how many years ago that was.
Probably
Probably
around that time with Odell.
Yeah.
5 years ago.
Because then they moved it to
Yeah.
Orlando, right, for a while? Or
Yeah. I don't even know where it's at this year. Where's it at this year?
I think they're playing in the Raider Stadium because, duh.
Let's see who's on the Pro Bowl list this year. I don't even know who the roster. Let's see the roster.
But even then,
Let's see.
like 80% of these guys aren't going to play.
Yeah. So AFC, we got Herbert, Mahomes, Jackson. Under QB, running back, we got Taylor, Chubb, Mixon, Harris. Wide receiver, Hill, Chase, Diggs, Allen, Johnson. Tight ends, we got Mark Andrews, Kelsey. Let's see. I'm not going to name out all these offensive lines because nobody gives a damn. Let's see. Defensive end, Myles Garrett, Max Crosby, Trey Henderson, or Harrison. Let's see.
Isn't he from the
Any good? Yeah.
Yeah, so he's not playing.
He's not playing. Interior lineman, you got Chris Jones. You hear Siri just going off?
Yeah, seriously.
They listen. TJ Watt, Joey Bosa, let's see. Darius Leonard at middle. Xavier Howard. So okay. All right. Let's see. Strong safety. That's the AFC. I don't think NFC is finalized yet. So
Damn. Only a week left in this. Damn, falling asleep.
Okay, yeah, NFC, let's see. So we got Rodgers, Brady, Murray,
AKA
Cousins.
like Murray and 6 other people are going to add in here.
All the old heads.
Running back, you got Cook, Connor, Kamara. Yo, these people, like, even, I don't know, because, like, you got Cup, Adams, Jeffries, Debo, Mike Evans, Kittle, Pitts. Wow, Pitts, that's interesting. I don't think he was Pro Bowl worthy, but all right.
Some guards, tight ends that you just got to pick whoever's
Yeah, I guess so. Let's see. Defense, we got Nick Bosa, Cameron Jordan, Brian Burns, obviously Aaron Donald, Allen, Kenny Clark, Villa. Let's see. Outside linebackers, Chandler Jones. We got Michael Parsons. Okay. Devin White, Bobby Wagner. Let's see. Trayvon Diggs. It's a program. Hey, I guess you just got to get interceptions. It doesn't matter about how many yards you give up.
Bro,
so
the Pro Bowl has to be the least sense-making one out of them all. Like, the NBA is bad when it comes to fan votes, but at least they're, like, a little bit logical. I mean, Andrew, we could argue that another day, but compared to what I just heard across this realm, because I didn't even know some of these players were in the Pro Bowl, that is bad.
Yeah. But yeah.
No,
all right. So who's going to be watching that this weekend? Not I.
I think I'd rather watch a dog show than watch the Pro Bowl.
I think I'd rather watch Dancing with the Stars before I watch Pro Bowl.
I mean,
Sounds
Dancing
like
with the
better
Stars has more
entertainment.
contact than the Pro Bowl does. So,
Right?
does the NFL need to do something with the Pro Bowl? Like, can we talk about this the last few minutes here that we got? Does the NFL? How do you
Just
do something?
make it 7-on-7. That's it. 7-on-7. Like, what is it called? Contactless kind of
Just flag football for the weekend?
flag football kind of thing. You hold like hold tournaments of like 4. Or what is it called? No, make it like a 5-on-5, and then do what the NBA is doing. Get a Odell team, get a Cooper Cup team, and see who wins. Make it entertaining.
I can see
But
like
they just
keep going first.
No, I'm saying they just don't have anything like the NBA does, because the NBA weekend, that's a like, people like watching that stuff because it's entertaining. You got the
Even
3-point
baseball's a little bit
contest.
better.
Yeah, I feel like football doesn't have any of that stuff. Like, I don't know. Get a
They got dodgeball.
yeah. I don't know. Make like a pocket accuracy throwing. I don't know. Who could
What
still
they used
run
to
a
have?
a
When they had the targets and stuff that you used to throw at, and they were like, "No, let's just put dodgeball. We'll put the corners of the receivers. Everybody wants to watch that."
yeah. So I don't know. But you can go. What were you gonna say?
Nah, go that 5-on-5. Like that can easily be done. Like you separate teams, do a nice 5-on-5. You switch out, switch in. Just do
Yeah,
the whole thing.
I think people would watch that. I think you get like 3 or 4 games going, you get a little championship going, like people will watch that. Like, I think you can make something entertaining of it. So
But how do you put offensive linemen and defensive linemen in? Are you gonna have them build?
you just give the offensive lineman their little trophy that says Pro Bowler and call it a day. We all know why we watch football. It's either to see touchdowns or see a quarterback get hit. And obviously they ain't hitting no quarterbacks in the Pro Bowl, so just score touchdowns.
Yep.
I don't know. You're right though. What will they do with the line? But let's see. I'm not getting paid for all that, okay? I'm just getting paid for entertainment ideas.
We just put it out there. We're a small YouTube channel. Put it out there. If I do see these ideas, though, I'm copyrighting the hell out of somebody. We got proof.
I'm suing the hell out of somebody. I see a 5-on-5 tournament come out next year.
NFL currently viewed our podcast.
Yeah, I mean the 5-on-5 is probably the only option. Either that or set up like a competition with the corners and receivers, like a corner end zone thing.
That would be dope. Could you imagine that? Like,
yeah, you got
fade
Aaron
route
Rodgers throwing to Odell with Jalen Ramsey guarding him. Like,
that would be dope. So,
other than that, I mean,
yeah.
what else? You're gonna see the offensive linemen do a blocking drill, like blocking competition.
Yeah.
I don't know, like
I don't know. Oklahoma's where they lay on their back and whoever just is flat, like as they just run full head at each other.
This man is trying to set up a CTE event for the weekend. That is wild. Yo, what?
Yo.
The Oklahoma Joe? Are you crazy? That's illegal now, pretty much.
That's horrible.
We're gonna have to end it on that note, man. I think we should end on a high. Us laughing, us having fun. Chris wanted to suggest the Oklahoma.
Oh man. Oh man. Well, hey, what else could they do?
Yo, players will turn on Chris so fast. They'll be like, you want us to do the what?
My bad.
We in a age where players don't even hit each other in the Pro Bowl. You want an Oklahoma?
Oh man. Well, if you got any suggestions, drop them below. We'll send over a letter to the NFL's Player Association. We'll see what we can get done. We know high people.
Yo, E, we out with you, bro?
Yo.
Pro Bowl supposed to be fun for the season.
What else does an offensive and like defensive lineman entertainment? Nothing.
Yo, they can have a race. You know how funny that would be? Watching 300.
That would be funny.
The 40 just all lined up on the field and everybody just takes off and races each other.
6-second 40s.
I think
just all around.
Aaron Donald will smoke everybody.
Easily.
Yeah. Facts. So, all right then, guys. I think this marks the end of our episode.
And then the Bengals podcast.
Can we get predictions? Can we get predictions for the Super Bowl?
Rams.
Bengals.
I mean, if
Or
you say anything
Rams.
other than the Bengals,
Oh yeah, that was like disgraceful in this Bengals podcast.
Rams.
That's like a
Well-
Dan going for a cheat, right?
Yeah. You know, deep down inside, he was rooting for him. Don't lie.
Bro, I didn't care.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
I wanted to see either one, bro. You know, like I told Ethan, you know how hard it is to watch Jamar Chase go off because Ethan has heard me at Champs talk about this kid since he was on LSU that first year they won the chip.
Not wrong at all.
Well, yeah, I got Rams. I got Rams by a touchdown.
We'll deep dive into that. We can do the parlays. We can do all the live game bets and stuff. That's going to be the episode the Friday before the Super Bowl because, like I said, it's the
Yeah,
2 weeks of absolute nothing from football.
That's $20 to $500K.
Yo, did you see that? Did you see the correct score ones for
Yeah.
both games?
The $579,000 payout.
Crazy. That was crazy, bro.
Could you imagine?
I didn't even know you could bet that. I didn't even know you could bet that. Like, I didn't even know that was a thing, honestly.
I mean, thank God we didn't know. We probably would have lost way more money than we have.
Yeah, probably.
That should have been us.
Be out here, 14-10, submit. 24-21, submit. 35-24, submit. One of these got to hit. If one of them hit, I'm set, and you lose on 5. And you're like, okay, never mind.
by like a field goal.
Fact. But, yo, guys, we'll leave it there. We'll be back on Friday. That'll be like an NBA show more because, you know, football just ended. And like I said, no one's watching the Pro Bowl. So that being said,
Facts.
no Oklahoma drills. See y'all Friday. Peace.
Peace.